Show what?
Because when they see us, it went way dark. Is that how it's going to be? Because when they see us, it went way dark. Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, see?
It says we're
live. I'm just
hello.
just waiting for someone to join us here.
They're notifying us that we're there.
Yes. They're
Actually,
notifying.
that is the version. See, YouTube is the forward way.
Yep.
If I could read it, that's
You can read it. I can read it. Yay. Hello. Hello.
But when we do our lives, we're on opposite sides.
Really? It comes up that way?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess it's showing
No,
this way where it looks like I'm on the right instead of the left.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know why. I just think it looks weird. It's like the mirrored of it. I don't care if I'm wearing a bra.
I don't cares. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. What's up, Crabmaster? How are you today?
Hello,
How are
hello,
you?
hello.
We are Celestial Sisters. We are coming at you tonight. I'm Erin.
I'm Marley.
And this is Snake Oil.
Live.
Live on TikTok. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's live, and we're going down some rabbit holes today. We went and found some stories today that just kind of made us both go, huh? So, you know, and we have some
goals on our thing. So I think I put it as like a fluffy heart type thing. We're trying to get 45 of those. I think that's our goal.
fluffy hearts. Just send over your fluffy hearts.
Yeah, there's no filter on me. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh well, I didn't put.
There is.
Oh, it moves back and forth. It's funny.
Yeah. See, so
it's kind of like the headphone discussion we were having.
the discussion we were having.
We were
about
getting
the
a little
headphones.
heated about something we don't even know what we're talking about
we have
because
no
we've
idea.
not
So-
figured it out.
Yeah. So that's that's best friends for you though, right? Like that's what happens
No,
when
that
you.
won't work. I'm like, if you could hear with one of your earbuds and I put one in, couldn't I hear too? No, then it won't make us. Wait, that don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but that's okay because we're gonna figure it out so that we can actually have people join us for our lives. You know, to keep us keep us on our toes, talk to us a little bit. And so tonight we're gonna talk about. She read an interesting story.
This just it happened actually on the solstice on June 21st. And that's the day we bombed Iran and all that. So it totally got glossed over. But a total of 150 people in France got stuck with a needle at a summer concert on the river. Like 145 people were stuck with syringes, and there was 12 people going around and another like 4 or 5 from another area. And like 17 and 18-year-olds were not feeling good after this. The 12 were caught, but they don't know what was in the syringe. And that's scary, during the summer, we love being outside and being at concerts. I don't want to have to start thinking that somebody's going to be with a syringe and inject me with something. Is it some fatal vermin?
Yeah.
COVID? What?
Yeah.
What? That's creepy.
This
a syringe and inject me with something. Is it some fatal vermin?
Yeah.
COVID? What?
Yeah.
What? That's creepy.
This is
a syringe and inject me with something. Is it some fatal vermin?
Yeah.
COVID? What?
Yeah.
What? That's creepy.
This is better. Sorry, we had a little bit of a moment there where the battery was a little low.
We were discussing how we couldn't record and forgot to plug it in.
Yeah, and so we were just having a discussion about the microphone and all kinds of different things, but the microphone
and Bluetooth
and the headsets, because we just got this really cool microphone and I like it a lot. I like the sound that it gives us, but we're trying to figure out how we can hear you guys when we want to do our lives.
I think we have to do the dual phones because there's 2 of us, and you Bluetooth to yours and I Bluetooth to mine.
Yeah, that's probably it. See, we're just We're really just playing around on here because we do our YouTube channel show.
Yes.
So
live is a lot harder because you have the same setup as a YouTube show. You still have to have all the topics and everything, but then on top of that, if you want to engage with your audience, you got to be able to read the screen and hear them.
And so,
I still haven't figured out how to put clips in so that we can go, this girl here, you know?
It's an interesting time. But we're going to go back to our topic with 150 people in France that were at a summer concert that were stuck
with
needles.
Hypodermic needles.
And they don't even know what it was.
What it was. And then there's an investigation. There's nothing. But that was just glossed over. Every news outlet you went on across the world was all going on Iran and Israel and Trump's, bunker bombs or bunker buster bombs and all of this. And you didn't hear one thing about it. But that's craziness.
Yeah. I think that makes me fearful. Like this is what happens, right? You become so scared because of instances like this, and the people that are out there doing these things. They've lost all hope. They've lost all hope, and they've gone absolutely batshit crazy that they would want to go out and hurt people on purpose.
The thing that's scary is that the times are scary now. Are scary enough out there that we don't want to, even the few luxuries like being outside should be taken away from us and us be instilled with fear and locked in here. People cannot live in a state of fear. It does not work.
No.
And it's almost like they're really just trying to get us stuck in this state of fear and take it away. I just think that there should be people just standing up in a whole watch group out there and just... like when somebody tries to say somebody, everybody jump in and make sure that person doesn't do what they're supposed to want to do, or I don't want to be scared to think that somebody could go give me an air bubble and just boop in my vein and give me kill
give me a heart attack, a brain embolism.
An embolism.
Yeah.
That's how easy. You don't even have to have anything in the syringe. You just have to push an air bubble in the body.
Yeah, I would hate to think that. Just the fear that would again that makes people not want to go out and do anything anymore because they're so scared that something like
this. Could you imagine? This was put on by the city.
And here's the thing: things like this
happen
happen all the time, but it gets glossed over.
Well, wasn't France also where the Selena Gomez thing happened? And there's been a few things in France with concerts and stuff.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things in France with concerts.
I mean, yes. Buyer beware. When you're going to a live event, especially if it's like a festival or something that there's a lot more stuff going on than just possibly one headliner.
Danger. So
I am the most naive person, and I always think that everybody's just looking out for themselves, and everybody else has everybody else's best interest, but they do not.
No, they do not.
No.
No.
They want to take from you. They want to steal from you.
So we have to change that vibration.
Exactly. And I don't carry it, but I still get victimized. And there has to be a good sweet spot between being totally naive and not thinking anything's going to hurt you and being aware, but having something actionable you could do. I think maybe, I don't know. I don't want to have to wear leather to a freaking concert from head to toe and be in like a freaking bodysuit.
I mean... The way that the world is,
I'm just saying, like...
It's frightening.
Does it make me want to go to a concert? With my friends on the lawn, enjoying music? Absolutely.
Yeah, I still want to go
I never have had that kind of experience.
I've just become more hyper aware when I'm out and about because I have had the experience of someone spiking my beverages.
Yes, we have had some of that stuff too.
So, like, I'm hyper aware of my surroundings, what's going on. Like, I'm one of those people who takes stock of everything going on around me. So it's like if someone...
You're like, there's a weirdo there. I got my spots. I can see where.
I can count them. I can count everybody.
She and I both are like, okay, that's the spot. Let's look around. We're going to sit over there.
That's my trauma response. Like, right?
I'm learning. Well, I think I do have that trauma response as well. But
I was programmed for a long time to take in.
Hi guys.
Hi, to take in a lot of stuff, and so it's like be hyper aware of my surroundings and report back.
I mean, yes, we have gotten roofied. And I've gotten scammed.
That's because that was because we were so naive at the time. Like
that wasn't my first time.
It wasn't mine either.
That's really bad. And we weren't with each other when those things happened.
No.
That's what I'm saying. If you've had a cocktail, you're not usually aware. So just have a DD. Stay in a small group and don't compact yourself in with large groups of people where you can't.
Never go to the bathroom by yourself when you've like I walked out.
I will cover my friend and let her cop a squat somewhere else than go by there and let anybody else. That's what friends do. Yep. You bring a jacket, you hold it up, bitch pee.
Bitch, please. Bitch pee.
Bitch peas.
Anywhere.
Did you see my post?
Oh.
No, it was a funny one.
Day at work.
I put a hashtag that says who remembers, but if you read it, it says whore members. You know what I mean? Because who remembers it says, yeah, it took me a minute to get it to. That's why you're my friend.
That's why we're friends. I saw one today, and it was just like so funny because this woman was standing over a pan, and her daughter was like, "This is too heavy to lift. This is too..." And then her mom's like, "What are you talking about?" Just like starts yelling at her, just like bitching her out like hard. And then all of a sudden, the mom goes and picks up the pan, and it goes poof, and all the stuff in the pan was all powder.
Oh God!
So it went all over. Hi guys. So it went all over her. And I laughed really hard. And then there was another one that I sent it to you as well. And I said, you're welcome. So you'll have to take a look at that one later. I am kind of evil, but I received it from someone who is also equally as evil.
Okay.
Who is your male counterpart. So, Luke.
Oh. Ooh. I was like, I don't know. I was thinking my little brother because he calls himself the male version of me.
Well, I didn't get it from him.
No.
I haven't talked to your brother in a long time. Well, in a while, I should say.
That's why I was all,
So, the other story that you were reading was the guy swallowed a toothbrush at the age of 7.
And then
had it removed at the age of 52.
It was still in there and was causing him some issues.
And it took him that long to figure it out.
You know, because everybody says if you swallow gum, it stays in your system. But generally, gum is just plastic in our body. There's no nutrients. It just pushes it out, right? It may break it down a little bit depending on if you chewed it or if it was a wad, it might go in there. But eventually, it makes its way out. Right. Pennies, rings, those kinds of things. But apparently, the toothbrush did.
But, like, how did they not find it sooner?
Well,
did he not go to the doctor?
No, he did not go to the doctor until...
So, he went all those years without going to the doctor?
Until he was like 50 something, and then they
52.
Finally, I think 51, and then he had it removed at 52. They had to figure out, all that.
How are you going to walk around with
I want to say that
How did you swallow a toothbrush at the age of 7?
It was in a foreign country and something.
Yeah, so, foreign country, most people in the foreign countries don't swallow toothbrushes.
I could draw it up, but it's on my phone.
I'm just saying, most people can't.
Yeah, but look at it. Guy swallows toothbrush and has to have it surgically removed at 52. Imagine
fucked up.
You've been cleaning the inside out like Tidy Bowl all this time. I wonder what you got caught on there.
You literally got
I can imagine that maybe he probably had diarrhea all the time because it was blocking solids.
Maybe he just had a blockage finally that just, being that he got older, he needed more fiber.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fiber that was causing the problem.
But it was probably on a dare as a child. And
talk about a shitty situation. Ba-dum-bum.
Let's see. Manic or fanatic? We're still doing mental health month. We got a few more days.
So because mental health, there are so many misdiagnoses for mental health conditions. I mean, you go from bipolar 1, bipolar 2, you've got clinical depression, you've got generalized anxiety. And then
ADHD. There is 47 different types of persona and mental things you can break yourself. INFJs is what I am, which is like the rarest.
I am also an INFJ.
That's why there's few people that can handle an INFJ unless it's another.
And we don't handle people who don't.
There's a few that are similar that we can.
I don't like stupid people.
I don't like stupid people either.
I can't. You remember there's been, both of us have had some people in our lives, no names given, but they were just so dumb. And all you want to do is go,
Oh my God, when I was in my 20s, there was this cute blondie named Keith at the Pita Pit when I worked in the food court. And I probably was 23, 24, and I want to say he was like 21, 22. Not that much younger. Maybe he was 19. I don't know, because there wasn't alcohol there. But he was like built, not very tall, but had the fullest, reddest lips and just...
But remember, back in the day, we only had to be 18 to serve alcohol.
Yeah. And so he kind of had like the Brad Pitt lips in something Legends of the Fall. You know how he looked. But he had blonde hair. His name was Keith. He was
Mountain Man.
Well, yummy. I mean, he was clean groomed and muscular.
Yummy Mountain Man.
And I was leaving, and he wrote in my going away card or whatever. And then I started talking with him, and I was like, "Damn, he's cute." And I invited him over to my house with my roommate.
Surprise!
And this man somehow managed, he spilled his beer 3 times, and we were sitting on the floor. And we said, if you do it one more time, you're going to take your shirt off and clean it up with it. Well, he did. And then he did that, and then I was
think he was spilling it on purpose.
No, he was fucked up. And the stuff that was, he was dumb as rocks. Like, cute as fuck, dumb as rocks. And I took him back to his place. He was the first guy to ever pick me up. And, like, I'm not a little girl. And
kind of like that one other guy that you dated that was just dumb. Dumb.
Huge cock. What a gained in cock, he lost in brain.
There's, like, a gift or brains. Like, oh, what are you going to take? Yeah.
Well, he was a porn star, but I wouldn't call him a star by any means.
He was an adult entertainer.
He was an adult entertainer. He showed me, he had a catalog, but he got blacklisted because he wouldn't do any of the male-on-male stuff.
He was just dumb.
But
he was a very nice guy, but he was dumb.
Yeah, and he was little, but huge. And I just wanted to say, hey, I had some porn star dick. And then said, no, that's too much. No. Nay. My parts stay small. Thank you. No.
So another thing that we were watching. So here's the conspiracy, or here's the thing. There were 2 studies done, right, about watching Disney movies. And the question is watching Disney movies bad for you? Is it harmful, right? And one study suggests that yes, it's harmful
stereotypes.
because it creates stereotypes and it enforces an unrealistic
that women
expectations.
Are princesses yet victims and have to be saved
rescued.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I am the I save myself.
I play Captain Save-A-Ho more often than any man I've ever known.
Exactly.
For you, for every woman I've ever known.
And
I've had more women come to my one especially has come to my rescue more often than not. So thank you very much. Because she's my rescue hoe. Like, she's the one I have to go to.
Yeah.
Hello, Marianne.
If I called her house at 2 a.m, it would not be Luke coming to get me.
No. I don't know, though. He might drive.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Depending if you're healthy and...
Yeah, if I'm healthy, I gotta go get her. Something happened. He'd be like, okay, call me if you need help.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah. Because he knows, well, we're independent.
He knows that we would just take care of each other anyway.
We're independent women, and we can handle our shit. We're not...
That's one thing, though. You should have friends to be able to... You shouldn't have to force your partner to do all your medical shit with you all the time.
Oh, gosh,
because it's almost like seeing somebody take a shit in the bathroom. It's something you don't know to know. There's some privacy that's okay.
Yeah, I'm okay without seeing
him knowing every little detail about my anatomy, and I mean, like, from the doctor's perspective and everything else. To criticize or judge or say, you need to start doing this.
Well, I don't know if there's like a little spider right there. Coming down. Sorry, gotta put the spider over there.
They found the silly string. They were making webs on
They're
it.
making their own webs from the silly string.
I'm just saying, like...
I don't know.
I've had more times... Okay, how about... You and Christoph came and saved me and my husband didn't even...
Yeah.
Many
times. Many times. That's why you're getting divorced. So, hey...
No, Kelly, I just gotta send this shit. But okay, so watching it, Manic or Fanatic. So we were talking about that because sometimes people get really either like tunnel vision, hyper focused, or so into something and we get excited. And when that happens, it ignites this fire in us because we are so excited about it.
And it's hard to decipher.
But it's not manic. It's pure passion.
It's passion
about what we're talking about or thinking
about. Excitement about something new, something different.
And especially if you're neurodiverse, that can totally be taken the wrong way when that is not necessary. Being neurodiverse or artistic, those things are not manic moments.
And then when you get to that like that, then
they're awakenings,
right? And then when you get to that like that moment of like, oh, I really like this a lot, and then when you don't have that anymore, right? That's when you feel like that drop in your serotonin because you just got super excited about something and then you got used to doing it and that excitement's now a little bit waned. So you gotta like reinvigorate it or find new ways to experience it so that you get that excitement back.
INFJs like to collect things and then we get sick of it and then we collect something else. Does that sound like me?
Oh. Boy howdy. Boy howdy. Salt and pepper shakers is the neat.
I went and I reclaimed all my childhood toys in miniature version. I completed that one too.
Yeah,
those are in the shredder. But what I needed that, and then I went down the reborn baby thing, which I still need to sell like 3 of those things. Creepy as fuck, but I wasn't gonna have a chance to buy baby clothes, so it was like woohoo! I get to buy something. They're cute, but I would never take one out in public. I purposely got them to sell, not to.
Right.
I have my animals to torture with that. I'm Elmira.
Yes. But he just loves and hugs and squeezes and wants every single animal to come into our house.
There's a meme or a
She's
sound
like Snow White. She's like Snow White. The animals just come around and she's like,
I am Snow White.
La, 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 la.
I know. I was talking to the possum the other day, the raccoon, the skinny one. I'm going to say
Snow White versus Elmira because Elmira...
I'm not trying to really squish and
hurt
stuff.
them, but
I'm just like, hey guys, you need to go.
Yeah. So, hey.
Dr. Doolittle.
You
if I could speak to the animals.
Well, you do have that like cat whisperer thing going on. So like
with the dogs too.
Yeah. It's with every animal, like it seems that we've come into contact with. So
that just means that I'm more animalistic. Does that mean that my brain is reverted or that they're smarter than us?
Oh, animals.
I think that telepathy is what animals have that we have had, and we've stopped using it and stopped knowing how to. And once you open that back up to receiving that, that's how you communicate. It's a telepathy.
Well, then we think about it like the Disney topic actually plays into that mental health, right? Because it does have that harmful stereotypes and those unrealistic expectations, and then you have some studies that say that it's good because it promotes sharing and caring and love, but if you're also putting unrealistic expectations.
What about you seeing big cats and stuff and you're a little kid and then you go somehow on a safari or something with your family on a vacation and a big cat comes up and you're thinking, no big deal, I've watched Disney, they're going to be my friend. There could be that naivete taken from it too. Kung Fu Panda or something.
Yeah, or like harmful stereotypes, like you said, like the princesses always need to be saved, and a girl can't be just a queen. She's gotta have a king.
Have a king, or she's an evil queen.
Or she's an evil queen because she doesn't want to be, because she's not married
now
anymore.
That goes into the mirror or magic mirror.
Oh, yeah, no.
Which was it for you guys? When you watched Snow White, was it mirror on the wall? Or was it magic mirror on the wall?
Come on now.
We'll see which timeline you're from.
So I got sent I got to show it to you. Got sent to me a message, and it was in Gainesville. I think it's in Alabama. Mm-hmm. Okay, or Atlanta. It's in Atlanta.
I brought up Atlanta the other day.
It's an Alice in Wonderland botanical garden, and it's all topiaries in the shape of all Alice in Wonderland. And it's only like 5 hours from Jacksonville where my kids
Well,
live. Like,
you're going to
we're
be
close together.
50 next year. What if that's where you wanted to go for a birthday?
I think that would be lovely if I could
Instead
go
of the
all
party,
way
we could
there,
just
because-
go there and take a trip because you would rather go on a
love
trip
Alice
than
in
have a party.
Wonderland. I would much rather have a trip than a party because I don't like to be the center of attention at all.
I only want to be this time because it's going to be a
No,
positive sense of
But the
attention.
thing is you do like your birthday. You enjoy having people sing to you.
Well, usually we go on trips, which are better.
But I'm saying you do enjoy having people give you that attention. I am not comfortable
Well,
with attention.
I don't get it. This will be like,
No, I know, but I'm saying
Yeah.
But before this
Yes.
one, you have had people celebrate your birthdays.
we want to go out to dinner and they would sing me happy birthday.
Right, but then also when we were hanging out with friends, we would hang out with them for your birthday. We would
Right.
do things, go to the winery and
Yeah.
things like that. So it's like you enjoy having.
I
that
try to
kind
have
of
a good
attention.
experience
Yeah.
because I've had not so
But you definitely
great
like
ones.
the attention on you when it's
On
your
that
day.
day, yes.
I don't.
Actually, I'm a birthday week person.
Yeah, I don't.
She knows that.
I don't like. I don't even like the month. For
I know.
me, it's like I always have really.
Well, because
I
I
try
have
not
a
to speak
summer
into
birthday.
I'm trying not to speak into
So,
existence this year.
sorry. I have a summer birthday, so there's all these opportunities to do fun things and like barbecue and be in the water and play. And
Oh, like
I'm just a grown-up child
like
still.
October is really that far after summer. It's
But
always
then that's
still
the
summer,
favorite
like-
holiday of us is because we got Halloween and you get to dress
Right.
up. That's
Right.
what you love.
I do. I like
See?
it. I like it a lot.
She's like, it's not about the birthday party. If you had a costume party for her birthday, she'd be happy. And you
I
celebrated it on Halloween.
That's usually when I throw a party because that's a
The
day to
solstice
dress.
is our birth.
I can dress up. The solstice is over because there's all that energy that
From
pulls up.
September 21st to October
Yeah,
20th.
it like pulls up behind
Second.
me. It pulls up behind me, and it just
You don't even know.
it just causes like some major
There's
shit
like
to
Mercury
happen,
in retrograde
and
like a motherfucker.
it's like all the planets
Yeah.
in retrograde all at once, and it just with no good. Well,
I can
can't say
attest.
that- I can't say that happens every year though, because I have had some really
Oh,
good
yeah.
years.
But the
then
years that I've really tried to make it good with it, you got to tell the story.
so
Because she does have shitty birthdays, so I want to make it nice.
So I had a very long day, and it was like I was taking care of my grandmother who was terminally ill, and I had small kids at the house, and it was my birthday, and she just knew I needed a break because I needed to get out, and so we were gonna go to the shopping mall.
I had cards,
45 minutes away, and she was gonna just buy me something nice for my birthday. It was
We
just
got like
something
store
she
cards.
does,
Let's
right?
go get something. You need something nice.
And I'm like, okay, we'll take.
And a
And
little shopping.
I don't know, my car had the gas in it or something, and so we decided to take my car, and then we went shopping. We just walked around for a while, came out, and this is like 45 minutes from home.
She had a minivan.
I had a minivan
'Cause she had a family.
I had a gaggle of kids, a gaggle.
Yeah. And my car probably was full of shit that we couldn't get in it or something.
Yeah,
probably.
it was probably
whatever.
overloaded or something.
Or it was having an issue. It may have been
The
even.
air conditioner was
Could have been the BMW
Who's
thing that
to
was
say?
like
I
sound
can't
like
even
a
remember
lawnmower.
why we didn't take your car, but yeah. So we get all the way to the mall, go shopping, and we go to get back into the car and go head home because it's like 6 o'clock and it's time to go home because we're tired. We just want to go.
It was like
drink
before
a little
5
bit.
because the place closed at 5.
No, it was like 5:15 or
Yeah.
something, and because we wanted to go back to the house and just have some cocktails and just chill, right? Wrong. We walk out, and my car's gone, towed away. We're not even gonna go into why it was towed away, okay?
Yeah.
Or
But we thought it was stolen. That was the
and
worst
so
part.
we
So
were
we're
just like,
freaking out.
What the fuck?
And we were
We were
24 yet to run.
And so
No,
we
that's
then
not
we
right.
had to go. So then we had to try to go and get on the bus. But by the time we get around back to the side of the mall that has the bus has already taken off for the very last shuttle of the day to that town.
And we're in
That
the
town.
valley. There's
We're in the
nothing.
valley
It's
of California.
pastures, poop, and smell, and bats.
Okay.
So then we think,
Right.
we gotta rent a car now. Uncle's not answering the phone. There's nobody to
No
reach out
husband.
to.
Husband's not answering the phone.
Nobody's answering.
No one's
Again,
answering.
the Save a Hose.
We're the same.
And actually, a lady saved us.
And so we call the car rental place, and the car rental place says, "Oh, well, let me call my manager and see, because it's like 5 minutes before close, and see if he'll let me do it." Woo woo. And we tried calling a taxi, and it was gonna cost like $200 to get us home.
We're just like freaking out.
We were just like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" It would have been cheaper to rent a room at that point.
I know.
We didn't even think
But we
about that.
still were going to need to figure out.
We didn't even think about that, but I think we both had to.
Because we were in the mall
I
parking lot
had to be
area.
at something to do the next day with my grandma or something, and you had to go be at work, and it was just like we were at the mall parking lot. We were far enough away from home, so we call the car place,
Yeah.
and she calls her manager. She calls us back. She says, "He said no."
It's
we were
too
like,
late,
"It's
and-
too late," and he doesn't want to. We were just like, "What the actual French toast?" So she ended up calling us back and saying, like,
Give us some hearts. Tap that screen.
basically like telling us like, "Oh, you know, I feel bad. Let me just take you guys
that's
home." So then she takes us the 38 miles to
The lady
town
picked us up from the Enterprise at the mall and took us
after
off.
she got off work.
And we got by a liquor store. We said, drop us off there.
Taco Bell and a liquor store. And then we
grabbed
walked the
some
rest of the
tacos.
way to my house, and then ran in, like, twisted
Got
my
chased.
ankle,
Got chased by bats.
got chased by bats, got home, and then opened the bottle of vodka, and somehow a cork popped out of it and hit me right smack dab in the eye and gave me a black eye. So, yeah, I really don't do birthdays. I really, really, really
Was that
don't.
the day after we got the foot tattoos?
No, that was after she passed.
Okay, so that was a
Because
different
this is
birthday.
before she passed.
Sorry, we have
Yeah.
not identical, similar foot tattoos. She got my water sign and I got her
It's my earth sign.
earth, air.
I'm an earth
it's a
fire.
galaxy, actually.
Yeah, I am a mix. I'm a Libra, so
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
balance
got
of all
earth.
of it.
Yeah, that's what it is. So
It just
we both got
colored.
5 stars because we're worth 5 stars.
We're 5-star, baby. 5 stars.
But literally, we looked at a big letter that we liked the design on. We're like, could you make something like this? We want one on her
One
foot and
foot,
one on the other.
And I did. They did it. Yours they drew out first, and I just got mine done freehand.
Right.
And it was the most painful tattoo I've
You
ever
don't
experienced.
have a lot of fat on your feet.
My feet are bony as fuck.
Yeah, so I might be a big girl, but you know I got bony hands and feet. That's not even a joke.
Yeah, my
She saw me and she thought I was, because she saw
have
me making
really-
noises, because I was like, ooh. And she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Ooh. And I normally am just like, this is chill. I can just enjoy the tattoo. And
and I'm
like,
sitting there, and I'm a deep, like, I'll go into a meditative state, but I'm sitting there going,
just breathe.
having to do that whole hum because, oh my god.
Yeah, fleshy area is not a problem.
So I really quick, I wanted to talk about something that I found really, really hilarious. Okay, a Florida Congresswoman who is a Republican had to have a medication for an ectopic pregnancy that was causing a risk to her life at like 5 weeks, but is blaming the left for fear mongering because the doctors hesitated to give her the medication because Florida had just her congressman, her fellow
They just
congressman
passed that
had just
law.
passed the law saying anything before anything
After 6 weeks cannot do it.
not be done, and it was like at 5 weeks and like 4 days or something. So they were hesitant to give her the medication. So she wanted to blame the left for fear mongering, and I just want to say
There was the law was in effect.
boo.
And then the doctors,
Boo,
because of
boo.
law, they didn't want to get malpractice. I had to make sure. And she went and called the congressman to bitch about it. Ended up getting the drug. And on top of that, she's
Yeah, she
a
called the
pro-life
governor.
spokesperson before this had all happened. And then she's like, that's not abortion.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
not abortion if it's a life threat. But it was
You
but it was
wanted those rules for pro-life, and when you had an ectopic pregnancy.
What do I always say?
They did it within 24 hours. It was just like 8 hours she sat.
You can't look down your nose at something
And then you need it yourself.
and then you need it yourself, regardless of the reason.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit there
because they took away for life sustaining was going to be that rule that no matter what.
No matter, yeah, they still have that on the books.
Exactly.
They still want to pass that off.
And then, was it yesterday that judge overturned the deportation thing? So now they can deport people to countries not of their original origin. Like, say you came from Mexico, and they're now going to put you in Saudi Arabia.
And so I mean, what was my comment?
What the?
My comment was like, this is their way of thinking is well, you didn't want to live in your own country, so now we'll just put you in another country.
You were scared to be living in your country, so you wanted to live here.
So we'll just put you in another country and see how you do there. Good luck.
They're like, who's to say your country wants you back?
Yeah.
And then the gentleman that was sad, that had to self-deport, that had come over here from Korea at 7, had his green card, and served in the military.
Took a bullet
in the back, almost was paralyzed.
In the
got a Purple Heart.
1989, there was a, what was it called? There was a
Korean War.
No, it wasn't Korean. It was like Guam, not Guam.
Yeah.
Jeez, my brain is blank.
So he got a Purple Heart, right? And he moved to Hawaii to have a better life and everything. But he had PTSD and was in pain and stuff from this stuff. So he started smoking marijuana, and it ended up getting to crack cocaine. He ended up getting busted and going to jail for 2.5 years. And they were going to take away his green card when he came out. But because he was a Purple Heart citizen and he fought for it, and they check every year and make him do it, that he was able to have a family, kids, take care of his...
14 or 24
It's been
years.
14 years since that point that he got out and turned his life around, and now he has to self-deport. And he had to fly off, and they put an ankle monitor and told him he had 3 weeks to say goodbye to everybody. Somebody who took a bullet was in our government, and because of the lack of support for veterans of foreign wars, got hooked on drugs to deal with the PTSD and so forth.
I know many people from the Vietnam era. That's my old. That's our older generation.
It's like if the government had been taking care of you after that,
deeply affected by
this
that.
may never have happened.
Deeply affected by that.
So, I mean, he admits that he did this stuff, and he went down a bad path, and he's turned his life around, and he's, an outstanding citizen, family man, takes care of his elderly parents. And now, if his daughter gets married, he won't be able to go there. His wife, his kids, and his parents, which were not American, get to stay, but he has to go because of that conviction.
That's so stupid.
And it was because he didn't sell drugs. He had drugs on him, and he missed a bail hearing. So those two things he did 2.5 years. So it's just sad.
It just doesn't make sense why...
He was willing to give his life. He was injured, shot in the spine, almost paralyzed. His dog tag deflected it and kept him from being totally wheelchair ridden. He gets a Purple Heart and then basically gets thrown out on his ass. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
And it doesn't make me want to go and tell kids to line up for the military or do stuff. It was like, hey, if this guy can take a bullet and he's got a Purple Heart and they're still gonna... He's stood up and proved his worth for America, and yet we just say, you got 3 weeks to get the fuck out. You got an ankle monitor on you.
Yeah, I just think it's sad that they're waiting he served in a war for us.
And he served his time, so that should have just been wiped out.
Grenada. That's what the war
Grenada,
was.
yeah.
It was Grenada. Sorry, I was sitting here thinking,
Grenada.
Grenada. I was thinking, God, what was the name of that? It was the Grenadan War.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Because I remember listening to the story and going, what the hell?
I mean, it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah. Well, you guys, we're going to take off. We're going to get out of here.
We didn't even talk about the We Do Not Care lady.
Oh, We Do Not Care. We love her.
I mean, you're not going to be able to read these, but she talks about stuff like, we do not care if our underwear elastic gives out, because we got plenty of extra period panties, and, we're in menopause. We don't even need that. It's like, for me...
These are yours, right?
That one was her one that she said.
Yeah, it was, yeah. the elastic wears out, they're comfy.
Yeah.
I don't care. We don't care if we're wearing a bra.
That's me.
Once the bra comes off, it stays off.
Yeah. I got it. I don't care if there's no laundry done.
You got plenty of clothes in your
I got
closet.
plenty of clothes. And I don't care if I'm too loud at night. What are you to do about it?
I don't care if I get to eat a salad for dinner and you have to make yourself something else because I'm not cooking tonight. Like, I can live off
You're
of
like,
it.
I don't care if the fridge is stocked because you passed the grocery store too.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So put in your I do not cares. Go find her. She's great.
She's
Go
great.
look her up.
She's
She's
like, I do not
amazing.
care if you want to go out once the bra's off. I ain't
It's like,
leaving.
if I do not care if you cancel. Oh darn! Sorry, you had to cancel. I didn't want to go anyway.
Yeah, I do not care.
I do not care. I do not care. I love it. I want to make pancakes. I want pancakes. Is that weird that I just
I
make
have
pancakes
pancake
all of a
mix.
sudden?
Oh, and I got bacon fat to cook in.
So do I.
No, I was on that. I was shopping today, and I was looking at pancakes and waffles, and I'm like, no, I can make my own, and I have that old school waffle iron I want to do. So, those the kind you flip on a burner. You know what I mean? You heat up almost like a cast iron. Or you could do that and you put it in the oven. Anyways,
Yeah.
today it's just,
You mean a? They're called
you put them like in a fireplace and they can burn that
oh
way.
gosh,
or burn that.
Dutch babies.
Yeah, but
Dutch babies.
it's waffles. So,
Yeah, but it's essentially a Dutch baby if you put.
well, Dutch baby is a pancake in there, and then this is just a waffle thing that folds over.
Oh, yeah.
That you can put in the oven and do them baked waffles, or over
It
the
takes
stovetop.
so much more time to make a baked waffle than it does to just put your waffle maker in, turn it on. It literally takes 2 minutes to make a waffle.
I don't have a waffle maker.
You can borrow mine. I think I have two.
I have my
Because I think I have a mini one and then I have a regular size one.
like weird waffle thing I want to play with because I want to make because it's like the chicken and waffles ones. That's why I got it.
Belgian waffles.
Like the thinner, yeah,
The thicker.
no, thinner square ones.
Like Eggo waffles.
I'll have to show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the ones at Heidi's and you haven't been to Heidi's in Tahoe. Never mind.
No. Haven't been to Tahoe. All right, guys. We will see you later.
See you
I gotta
later.
go to bed. I'm getting a little delirious.
Be
right
good
now.
humans.
Be a good human. Keep your vibrations high.
Do not go and take hypodermic needles to concerts and prick people. That is just bad humaning.
Just remember, we love you just the
We
way
love
you
you.
are. You don't need to change for anybody but yourself.
Except for if you're bringing hypodermic needles to events.
Unless you're being an asshole, then you just
Yeah.
need to change because you suck.
Yeah.
So,
Just
do you suck?
be
Just be a
good
human.
humans. Be good stewards to the earth. Don't take without giving back. You know, it's always a give and take, a yin and a yang. Just be a good human. Keep your frequency high. There's shit out there that's gonna scare your pants off right now. So just take back some of that energy and center it and remember you're in the now. And is it happening around you? No, you're okay.
Just breathe.
Breathe. Just breathe.
Everything's gonna be okay, one way or
Yep.
the other.
Exactly.
So, mwah.
Love
Have
you
a great
guys.
night.
Bye.
Bye. I'm trying to press the button. It won't let me press the button.